episode number 18 of my career mode. So we're at the Mexican Grand Prix, the Autodromo Hermanos Rodriguez. I had a good qualifying run, and this track is a high-speed circuit, so I put low downforce setup on the car. So it should help the car on the straights, and a lot of these corners are really tight, so yeah, this track in general is really more speed than handling, even though you do need a good amount of downforce, especially in the middle sector where the S's are. But this track is really high speed, so yeah, qualified down in 17th for the race. And of course it's going to be raining to start with, so I'm not at all worried about it. The car should be okay, just got to be really careful though. But the good thing is with less downforce, it should be a little bit better on the tires.
Here we go then, it's time to race in Mexico City, a place which gave Honda their first ever victory back in 1965. American Richie Ginther won from third on the grid. And what are the Honda powered cars this year? Well, Red Bull have been going strong here in recent seasons, so can they keep that record going today? 17 corners then at the Autodromo Hermanos Rodriguez, 10 to the right and 7 to the left, and all of them will have to be tackled in difficult, wet conditions here today. No DRS assistance either, at least not for the start of the race, but the best overtaking opportunities will still be down into turn 1 or shortly afterwards into turn 4. And I'm joined once again by Anthony Davidson to bring you the lowdown for today's race. Let's have a chat about McLaren. What do you make of their performance so far this season?
Well, the atmosphere within that team seems very positive at the moment. Everyone seems like they're in great spirits and having a lot of fun doing what they do, and that's definitely contributed to the performances we've seen.
It's time to take a look at our starting grid for today's race. Valtteri Bottas lines up on pole position, and Lewis Hamilton completes the front row. Looking at the rest of today's grid, we have Norris, Leclerc, Daniel Ricciardo, and Perez, Sainz, Vettel, Ocon, and Lance Stroll, Raikkonen, Giovinazzi, Bird, and Verstappen. They've taken a grid penalty. Mick Schumacher, Russell, Pierre Gasly, and Nicholas Latifi, Mazepin, Tsunoda, Delatraz, and Fernando Alonso rounds off the grid. It's almost time for those 5 red lights to go out. Then let's see who can prevail today.
Okay, here we go. I know what you can do. Don't let me down.
Alright. Put a little lighter fuel load in. I'd probably drop it to about 18.7 or so. But then again, I may want to probably add it. I'll just put it at 19 for now, because then at least I have enough fuel. Alright, and I got special guests. All That was a show I really enjoyed watching in the 90s when I was a kid. The first few seasons of All That were the best ones because they were arguably the funniest, but it seemed like once the original cast left and the new cast came in, the show just wasn't as good. And it's lights out and away we go in Mexico. Yeah, I gotta let these guys go. Had to be careful not to hit anyone there. Got a really good start. Got ahead of Sir Lancelot.
top 10 now. Keep it up.
Like I said, go crazy with the electric power down the straight. Yeah, EA and Codemasters really need to fix this game. They still haven't fixed all the glitches yet. When I had this game on ultra settings, the game would lag really badly in the arena section of the track, so I had to lower the graphics settings on the game, reduce the chances of the lag happening again. I know Ocon's gonna try to get around me, I know that for sure. Yeah, I don't think you should try diving up on the inside, because, you know, I'm not gonna leave him a lot of room.
Gap to car in front is 2.4 seconds. It looks like we'll be running on a dry track soon. Back to dry shortly. You're increasing the gap on the car behind by 0.5 per lap. don't think the line is really dry enough yet to start thinking about slicks. Let's hold on to the inters for a while longer. The track's drying, the track is drying. Let us know when it's time for slicks.
Yeah, I don't think the track's dry enough yet for slicks. I'd rather stay on these inters for a little more time. Yeah, just trying to keep up with Seb, that's why I'm driving hard.
The gap to the car ahead is 1.5 seconds.
But it's still not close enough to Seb where I can get the draft, the slipstream.
The car ahead is beginning to pull away.
I'm just doing what I can to try to keep up with Seb. If I can just stay with the guys in front of me, I could probably get close to them to where if they make any mistakes, I could capitalize on their mistakes. I know I still gotta be careful because again with these inters and track's still really wet, I gotta be really careful.
Be careful, we think you're going to start losing some tyre grip around now. We're going to box this lap, push hard on the in-lap. Go now.
Good stop, guys. Very good stop.
That was our last stop. No more scheduled pit stops.
Clear. I know the guys in front of me are gonna still have to stop. The good thing is with them on worn tires, I should be able to gain on them fairly. I should be able to gain on them fairly quickly.
Louis is in the pits. Louis in the pits. The stewards have now enabled DRS. DRS is now online.
And I knew Alonso was going to shut the door of that, or was a little too aggressive. I was just trying to see if I could sneak up under him and get around him for quickly overtake him for a spot. But I knew I probably wouldn't be able to get around him because the tires would slip. But it just gotten a little more traction out of the corner. If the tires would have just had just a teensy bit more grip out of the corners, I would have got him. Now I was around Fernando there when I overtook him. Alright, see if I can capitalize. Got behind Seb. And of course.
Okay, looks like some of those puddles are clearing. We're still on the right time for the time being, but we're not a million miles away from slick conditions. Check your MFD for a new strategy option. Copy that.
Of course. Then they just had to tell me to come on to dry tires. Yeah, I don't think you should try passing me, Daniel. It's too dangerous in that part of the circuit. Yeah, I'm gonna have to pit for first dry tires.
Front is 4.3 seconds.
And of course the weather just has to hurt me. I didn't want to I didn't want to put dries on in the previous pit stop because if I did that, the car would have been sliding around way too much. Alright, so I gotta dive into the pits and... Man, that hurts. It's having a good run. But it's alright, though.
Exit. Exit now.
1.9. That's a new world record.
Yellow flag. Be aware, there's an incident in the next part of the track. No overtaking through the yellow flags. We're leading our teammate by 2.9 seconds.
Darn curbs. Let's say Seb made the same mistake too. See if I can gain on the guys in front of me.
We have 5 laps of fuel remaining. Caution, caution.
Yeah, Carlos retires from the race, unfortunately.
Okay, the incident has been cleared. Let's get back up to racing speed. Nice overtake. There's 3 laps of fuel remaining. This is your final lap. Final lap of the race. Gap to teammate behind is 9.9 seconds.
I'm just slingshot by Mick.
Okay, gap ahead is 2.3 seconds.
So Lewis Hamilton gets the win. Here are the fireworks. I'll take P15.
Alright, race over. Take care of the car on the way in.
That's a spectacular victory then, and with it, the championship is secure. It's been a magnificent season, and they thoroughly deserve the cheers of the crowd here today. Anthony, tell me, what was it that helped them achieve this success?
Well, this was a real team victory. They put together a solid strategy today that appeared well suited to the conditions out on track. The driver did everything that was expected of them in the moment to really execute the team's plan to perfection, a shining example of how F1 really is a team sport.
And I can see the drivers starting to approach the podium for the victory celebrations. A real team victory today. Everybody played their part. Congratulations then to Mercedes, your race winners today. Let's see what effect this result has had on the drivers' standings. Despite the best efforts of our championship leader, that lead has taken a bit of a knock today. Let's focus on the driver of the day. Anthony Davidson, who do you pick?
Yuki Tsunoda gets my vote today.
It's another clear win for Mercedes as they managed to secure the Constructors' title. An incredible performance for the whole team. After an event like that, who knows what the sport has in store for us next time? Be sure to join us again as we continue to bring you the latest excitement in Formula One.
Yeah, the weather really killed me there. I was running in the points, having a really good run. If it would have,
Fans really seem to enjoy that.
would have
Made it look easy.
just stayed raining, if it hadn't
We all
dried,
underestimated you, didn't we?
it.
It looks like you've invested heavily in the development of new parts. Great. Well, that's everything.
But yeah, if it just would have stayed raining, I probably would have gotten a points finish. The weather just killed me. But it's okay, though. No big deal. Happy for the team. But either way, you know, if back at team headquarters. I wonder if they've actually announced the new regulations yet for Season 2 of the career mode.
Looks
Alright.
like our driver has an issue. We need you to step in here.
Louis. Suggest to introduce some yoga to their routine. Yeah, I'm not really a fan of yoga, but I'll help Louis out
Thanks for
because
dealing with that. The department appreciates it.
it's to help Louis though do really well, and I know Louis can do a really good job. Just have to continue to improve the car, and I know that he's doing a great job. I know Louis is doing a really good job with the car. Definitely will want to build more on the aero. But then again, I'll help Louis out for this one. And I gotta save up enough money though, especially for. I should have some upgrades. Now I shouldn't upgrade anything because of the new regulations that are going to be out. Yeah, supplier upgrade has arrived. Good. Thanks to Renault for giving the reliability upgrade. So yeah, then I just gotta pick sponsors. I'd probably pick this one here, Gutenbergrung, and I'll renew Sunburst. Now let's go to the car and put the decals on. So yeah, I definitely want to put on Sunburst on here, and then I'll put Guten right over here. Okay. So now I have at least the sub-sponsors on the car. Alright. So let's go ahead and fast forward ahead. Because I need to have enough money for Louis' contract. I know that for sure. But I think I may be able to upgrade one more part of the team. Alright, so I don't have enough cash to renew it. Yeah, the contracts. Louis should be alright though. It expires in December 13th. I should definitely have enough money to pay Louis, so. But I know I'll have enough money to pay Louis. I know that for sure. Help Louis out.
Okay, we've had the new parts come through the fabrication process. We'll have them with us for the next Grand Prix.
Okay, and yet they still haven't said anything about the regulation changes. But either way, on the next episode, it'll be the Brazilian Grand Prix. Alright. So yeah, only 3 races to go in the season. So yeah, this will be it for episode 7. Episode 18. I'll be back with episode 19 for the Brazilian Grand Prix. See you guys then. Bye!